Hey guys, it's Mahel here, and I've just been told that university results are out for the 2 pieces of coursework that I did last month. And well, I haven't seen the results yet, and because I didn't react to my university results back in January, where I sat a few exams, I'm going to be reacting to these 2 pieces of coursework. I'm a bit stupid, I know, for not actually reacting to my exams, as they are much bigger than pieces of coursework. However, one of the 2 pieces of coursework is actually worth 100% off the module, so it's like I was sitting in an exam anyways, and both pieces are just major in general. As you can see here, I have some Oasis, speakers, tripod, phone, and laptop ready, and I'm going to be just setting all of the equipment up, and 3, 2, 1... So as you can see here, I've actually sat down and I'm going to be logging into Moodle to look at my results. So like I said before, one of the modules is organizational behavior, which had one 1,500 word piece of coursework, and that is worth 100% of a module. And then the other piece was a portfolio for entrepreneurship theory and practice worth 50%. And the organizational behavior is worth 10 credits, whereas entrepreneurship, theory and practice is worth 20 credits. Now, what does any of this mean? So, if it's for 1 semester, then it's worth 10 credits. If it's for 2 semesters, then it's worth 20 credits. And obviously, the more credits it's worth, the more it weighs for your overall grade. First year doesn't count. However, I do want a minimum of 2-2, preferably a 2-1, but definitely not anything less than a high 2-2. Because if I do get anything less than a high 2-2, so anywhere between 55 to 59 is a high 2-2. I'll go through the grades in a bit. If I don't get anything above 54, then I am not going to be happy. As I also said before, I sat exams back in January, and I'm going to be letting you know of the results of those right now. So off the top of my head, in work and society, I got 55, which is a 2-2. In managing operations in the digital environment, I got 60, which is a 2-1. And in professional academic development, I got 62, which is also a 2-1. So in January, I got 2 2-1s and 1 2-2, which, you know what, is not bad at all. They were my first set of exams, and considering that I'm still in first year and I'm getting the hang of university and this doesn't count, I'm impressed. Because by second year and third year, when I get more of a grip of these things, hopefully I'll do better and also be able to learn from the mistakes that I've made this year. So just to go through the grades real quick, so you get a first, which is 70%, so everything is marked out of 100. So it's 70% for a first, 60% for a 2-1, 50% for a 2-2, and 40% for a third, aka the lowest you can get to pass. If you get anything lower than 40%, even if you get 39%, then you fail. So with that out of the way, you can see I have my laptop right in front of me, and I'm going to be signing in to Moodle, which is our portal that we use for assessments and resources. And we are going to be starting with organizational behavior, which I have right in front of me. And I don't know. See, I wasn't worried when I did this, because when I did do it, I posted a story on Instagram asking you guys if I can do both bits of coursework with 48 hours. And I think the percentage was something like 68% yes and 32% no. So let's see how I did. Right in front of me, individual coursework submission point, question 3, submitted on the 8th of April 2019 at 1:18. Bearing in mind it was due at 3 PM that same day. So I submitted it 1 hour and 42 minutes before the deadline. We're about to click it and let's go. I don't know. Let's, go for it. Oh, I have to scroll down. So I'm at a point where it says, if you can see that, if it focuses. Oh, I'm not sure if it's focused, but it's at a point where it just gives guidelines, and I need to scroll down and see my actual mark. So let's do this. Out of 100. Down. Woo! Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. So I got 58, and that is a high 2-2. So 2 marks away from a 2-1. I mean, yes, it is a 2-2 at the end of the day, but still very close to a 2-1. Considering I did it with 48 hours before the actual deadline. Very decent, because I know people who got lower than me. So I'll take that. Especially, like I said, in the first year, my goal is 2-2 at the very minimum, but ideally 2-1. You know what, if I don't get 2-1, it's not the end of the world, but it would be good to secure that in first year. But 58 out of 100, a high 2-2, 100% off one module. I'll take that. It's only a 10 credit module as well, so it would have hurt me more if it was 100% and a 20 credit module, as I would be getting a 2-2 in the 20 credit module. But seeing it's only a 10 credit module, impressed, I guess. But obviously I could have done better if I'd left more time for it, and I know I should have left more time for it, but at the end of the day, I'm just a uni student figuring things out in year 1 and just trying to enjoy myself whilst getting into the uni life. So the next one we're going to be looking at, and the last one, is entrepreneurship, theory and practice. So I'm going to give you a rundown of the marks I've gotten so far. So in semester 1, I did 50% off a module, and then semester 2, so this piece of coursework that I'm going to be looking at was also worth 50%. So in the first semester, there was a piece worth, let me actually check. So I'm going to go and open up the module outline. I do remember the marks off by heart, funnily enough. But, so it's made up of, in semester 1, 30% group work and 20% of individual work. Now, in the group work, I got 55 out of 100. A lot of people, like a lot of groups got 55 out of 100, so it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, because it's what most people got, especially the ones that I asked anyways. And it was group work, so it's kind of out of my control. It's not like it was an individual piece of work. And then in the individual work, which is worth 20%, I got 92.5 out of 100 on average. So there was 4 bits of work, each worth 5%, but in total worth 20%. When you average it, I got 92.5, which is really good, because based on what I get on the second semester coursework, I can actually work out what I got in this module overall using website, and that is what I'm going to do afterwards. So 50%, those were my marks, and now let's look at my coursework. So if I go on to scroll down, there's a bit called portfolio. If I click this, which I have just done, and we'll look, and what? Funnily, what are the chances? I got 58. I got exactly I got exactly the same as what I did in the organizational behavior coursework. So in the organizational behavior coursework, I got 58 out of 100. In the entrepreneurship theory and practice coursework, I got 58 out of 100. So once again, that is a high 2-2. And like I said, because it's only worth 50%, it's not the end of the world. I can actually potentially, or very likely actually, get a 2-1 in this module overall. And that is what I'm going to work out now. So if you go onto a website called unigradecalc.com, I'm going to show you actually. You can actually work out your marks, and let me just move this forward, and there you go. Zoom in for you guys, 1 second. I know that this might be a bit wonky, but anyways. So worth 92.5 for the 20% bit, so 90. Then we got 55 for the 30% bit, so that's 50%, and then we just got 58 for 50%. So if you average that, calculate, 63.9% is what I got, which means in entrepreneurship theory and practice, I got a 2-1. Woo! Just a quick rundown, I got 58 in both pieces of coursework, so I got 2 2s in both of the courseworks. So overall for the modules themselves, I got a 2-2 in organizational behavior, because that's 100%, and a 2-1 in entrepreneurship theory and practice. Organizational behavior is worth 10 credits, whereas entrepreneurship theory and practice is worth 20 credits. So I'm happy with that, because I did better on the one that means more in terms of my overall grade for this year. Like I said before, it'd be nice to get a 2-1, I would be happy for a 2-2, but at this rate it doesn't look like I'm going to get anything less than a high 2-2, which I'm really happy with. But it all comes down to the May exams, which start in 15 days. 15 days, and let me tell you, I'm not feeling as prepared for this as I would be for anything else, because the modules that I'm being tested on, other than consumers and markets, at the end of this year is, because you've got business economics, you've got fundamentals of financial management accounting, and you've got the worst one of them all, quantitative analysis for business, which is just a pain. I'm not a mathsy guy, and well, this is very mathsy, so I'm really not looking forward to that. However, I will be vlogging the process, as I will be returning to university next Monday, and from there I'll be going to the library and whatnot to revise, and so you'll be seeing study with me vlogs. But that is going to be it for the video, guys and girls. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, comment below and subscribe. Follow me on social media, that's at Mahel X on Twitter, at Mahel Khan on Instagram, and official Mahel Khan on Facebook. Let me know in the comments below what other videos you'd like to see from me. I do check my comments and I do respond to most comments where I can. And this has been Mahel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.